Love is one of the most profound and transformative emotions a person can experience. It's something that inspires art, music, poetry, and also confusion, heartbreak, and healing. But at the core of love, especially romantic love, lies something even more valuable than just passion, genuine affection, and unwavering respect. If you're in a relationship and find yourself wondering whether your partner truly loves you, or if his words align with his heart, this reflection can serve as a guide. It's not about testing your partner, nor is it about seeking perfection. Rather, it's about tuning into the subtle, consistent signs that love is not just being said, but actively shown. True love is rare. It's not loud or boastful. It's often quiet, rooted in kindness, steady commitment, and genuine care. When you recognize that kind of love in your life, it deserves to be cherished, nurtured, and held close. Let's dive into the first 2 of 8 heartfelt signs that a man's love is real, deep, and worthy of your heart. 1. He gives to you generously, without expecting anything in return. Generosity in love goes far beyond gifts and grand displays. It's not about how much money he spends or how many fancy things he can offer. True generosity in a relationship is about emotional giving. His time, attention, affection, and willingness to support you through life's highs and lows. When a man truly loves you, he gives from the heart. You'll notice that he listens to your needs, supports your dreams, and takes the initiative to be there for you. Not because he feels obligated, but because he wants to. He doesn't keep score. He doesn't do something nice and expect something in return. His joy comes from seeing you happy, knowing that he played a small part in lifting your spirits. This might look like rescheduling his own plans to spend time with you when you've had a hard day, sitting silently with you when you're overwhelmed, offering comfort without judgment, encouraging your personal goals, even if they take you on a path different from his, taking mental notes of your likes and dislikes, surprising you with thoughtful gestures. And no, this isn't about being perfect or always selfless. Everyone has moments of selfishness. It's human. But when love is real, there is a natural tendency to prioritize your well-being. To think, what would make her smile right now? That's not about obligation. That's love in action. In his presence, you'll feel secure. Not because he fixes every problem, but because you know he's in it with you, willing to walk beside you. 2. He can't stop hugging you, because holding you feels like home. There's a certain comfort that comes from being held by someone who loves you. It's a kind of silent reassurance, a wordless promise that says, "You're safe with me." That's what real love often feels like, a haven in the storm, a place of peace amidst the chaos of life. One of the most beautiful, overlooked signs of true affection is how a man physically shows his closeness. And here, it's not just about sexual desire or physical attraction, although that matters too. It's about the warmth of his embrace and the way he seeks comfort and connection through touch. You might notice he hugs you longer than necessary, because letting go just doesn't feel right. He instinctively reaches for your hand in public or brushes your hair behind your ear. When you pull away from a hug, he gently pulls you back, wanting just one more moment. His touches are thoughtful, respectful, and comforting, never forced or careless. These gestures, though seemingly small, are deeply powerful. They reveal a man's emotional openness. In a world that often teaches men to hide vulnerability, a man who reaches out to hold you close is expressing something deeper than words. He feels safe with you, and he wants you to feel safe with him. Physical affection becomes his way of connecting emotionally, reinforcing his feelings without needing to say much. And sometimes those quiet moments, wrapped in his arms, listening to the rhythm of his heartbeat, speak more clearly than anything else. When a man shows this level of emotional intimacy through touch, it's not just about passion. It's about comfort, safety, and deep emotional resonance. His hugs become a kind of language, one that says, "This is where I want to be." A quick reflection before moving forward. These first 2 signs, his generous heart and his affectionate touch, paint a picture of a man whose love is active, not passive. He doesn't just wait for love to happen. He participates in it. He invests. He shows up. And as we continue to explore the remaining signs in parts 2 through 4, you'll see how these foundational elements build into a strong, steady pattern of sincere, lasting love. You'll start to recognize how real love feels, not because it's perfect, but because it's consistent, tender, and honest. Real love isn't loud or filled with dramatic highs and lows. It's gentle, grounding, and full of care. And most importantly, it's made visible in 1,000 small ways every single day. As we continue this journey into the heart of what genuine love looks like, we begin to shift from physical gestures and acts of giving to the emotional constancy that makes love endure. Anyone can show affection when things are easy, but the true measure of someone's heart is how they respond when life becomes complicated. Let's now uncover the next 3 signs that show a man isn't just in love, he's committed, present, and emotionally invested in building something real with you. 3. He quickly responds to your messages because you matter. In today's world, we're more connected than ever, and yet, it's never been easier to feel ignored. You send a message, wait, check your phone again. Hours pass. Silence can speak loudly, especially when it becomes a pattern. That's why this 3rd sign might seem simple, but it's deeply revealing. A man who truly loves you makes communication a priority. When you message him, whether it's a sweet thought, a quick question, or something more serious, he gets back to you promptly. Not out of obligation, but because he genuinely wants to stay connected with you. This doesn't mean he drops everything at all times. We all have busy moments, but what matters is consistency and intention. Here's what this kind of communication looks like. He doesn't leave you on read for hours or days when he could respond. Even when he's tied up with work or family, he'll send a quick, "I'm in a meeting. I'll text you as soon as I'm free." He checks in just to say, "Good morning," or "How's your day going?" Not because he has to, but because he wants to. It's not about overwhelming texting or clinginess. It's about thoughtfulness. That quiet reminder that you're on his mind. You're not an afterthought, you're part of his day. When he carves out time to talk to you, he's telling you, you matter. I see you, I care. A man who doesn't love deeply might still text often, but his messages may lack sincerity, warmth, or attentiveness. A man who truly loves you makes you feel seen, not just contacted. 4. He embraces your flaws, loving you as you are. No one is perfect. We all have insecurities, past wounds, quirks, and complicated emotions. What matters in a loving relationship isn't that both people are flawless, it's that both people feel safe being themselves. When a man embraces your flaws, he's telling you, you don't have to pretend with me. This is one of the most intimate and rare forms of love. The kind that accepts you not despite your imperfections, but with them. A man who truly loves you doesn't expect you to hide your anxiety, mask your bad days, or constantly meet unrealistic standards. Instead, he creates space for your full, raw humanity. Here's how this kind of love shows up. He doesn't criticize or mock your insecurities. He reassures and uplifts you. He learns your triggers, not to avoid you, but to understand and support you better. He notices your quirks, maybe the way you overthink things, or how you organize everything meticulously, and instead of being annoyed, he finds them endearing. He doesn't try to fix you. He encourages your growth while fully accepting who you are now. This kind of love brings a profound, emotional freedom. The freedom to drop the mask and say, "This is me," and know that you are still fully loved. A man like this wants you to grow with him, not to shrink yourself for him. When he sees your so-called flaws as part of your beauty, not as blemishes but as brushstrokes in your unique masterpiece, you can be sure his love runs deep. 5. He stands by you through tough times, not just when it's easy. Every relationship faces challenges. Life throws unexpected curveballs, career problems, health scares, family issues, emotional struggles. When everything is going well, it's easy to love. But what happens when things fall apart? One of the most powerful tests of love is this. Does he stay when things get hard? A man who truly loves you doesn't disappear at the first sign of discomfort. He doesn't retreat into silence when you need him most. He leans in, he stays, and he shows you that love is more than words. It's commitment, even when it's not convenient. You'll notice this in how he reacts when you're going through a tough time emotionally. He doesn't dismiss you or try to fix you, but sits with you in your pain. His willingness to talk through conflict, rather than avoid it or shut down. How he supports you during external struggles, like job stress, loss, or family drama. His patience when the relationship hits rough patches. He doesn't run, he works with you. This doesn't mean he'll always have the perfect response. He's human, but the key is this. He's willing to stay and figure it out. He doesn't give up at the first disagreement. He understands that love is not about perfection. It's about perseverance. Love that's only present in comfort is not love. It's convenience. But love that stays even when it's hard. That's real. And that's rare. A moment to pause. As we reflect on these signs, his thoughtful communication, his acceptance of your full self, and his steadfast presence during life's hardest moments, we begin to see a clearer picture of genuine love. It's not flashy or performative. It's not rooted in how many likes your relationship gets on social media or how grand your anniversary dinner is. It's in the quiet, consistent ways he says, "I'm here. I see you. I'm not going anywhere." And when you're loved like that, deeply, honestly, patiently, you begin to grow. Not just as a partner, but as a person. You never feel like you're fighting for his attention. He makes time for you, even on busy days, even just a short call or message, to let you know he's thinking about you. He includes you in his plans, shares his time willingly, and doesn't treat you like a backup option. He shows up for your celebrations, your hard days, your moments in between. There's a difference between being fit into someone's life and being part of their life. When you're a priority, you don't have to chase him or constantly remind him to show up. He just does. Why? Because you're not a distraction from his real life. You are part of it. And that's a beautiful place to be. This sign often distinguishes temporary attraction from long-term love. When a man sees a future with you, when he sees value in building something with you, he'll move mountains, maybe not all at once, but steadily, piece by piece, to make you feel secure and supported. When you matter to him, it shows in how he spends his time. Because love, after all, is not just spoken, it's scheduled. 8. He shows a little bit of jealousy, because he truly cares. Let's talk about jealousy, carefully. Jealousy can be a double-edged sword. When unhealthy, it becomes controlling, toxic, and fear-driven. But in healthy relationships, a small amount of jealousy can actually be a reflection of care, not control. Here's what healthy jealousy looks like. He notices when other people are showing you attention, and feels protective, not possessive. He expresses concern respectfully, not by accusing, but by showing that he values you deeply. He acknowledges that the thought of losing you stirs something in him, not because he doesn't trust you, but because he truly treasures what you share. This isn't about checking your phone or questioning your every move. That's insecurity, not love. But when a man is mildly jealous, it's often because he's emotionally invested. You matter deeply to him. And while he trusts you, he's aware of how much he stands to lose, because you're not just someone he loves, you're someone he deeply values. Healthy jealousy is accompanied by transparency, communication, and trust. It's not about fear, it's about emotional presence. It says, "I see how incredible you are, and I don't want to take your presence in my life for granted." So if your partner occasionally shows a flicker of jealousy, don't panic. Reflect on how he expresses it. Is it rooted in fear or in love? If it's expressed with respect and followed by trust, it might just be a sign that he's all in. Real love in quiet ways. So often we're taught that love should sweep us off our feet. And while passionate moments are wonderful, lasting love is built on something sturdier, on shared values, mutual care, and small repeated acts of love that say, "You are safe here, you are seen, you are loved." These final signs, his kindness, his prioritization, and his protective nature, round out the portrait of a man who isn't just present in your life, but who's building something meaningful with you. A relationship that lasts isn't made up of one big moment. It's built over time, through daily choices, small sacrifices, and emotional connection. If you recognize these traits in your partner, know this: you're loved deeply, quietly, and truly. And that kind of love? It's rare, don't overlook it. You've now seen the 8 clear, sincere signs of a man who truly loves you, from his generosity and physical affection, to his emotional presence, thoughtful gestures, loyalty, and deep concern for your well-being. But knowing these signs is just the beginning. The real question is, what do you do when you recognize this kind of love? Because real, healthy love, when it shows up, isn't something to take lightly. It's rare, powerful, and transformative. It has the potential to change how you see yourself, how you relate to others, and how you experience life. But only if you know how to receive it, protect it, and give back to it in kind. Let's explore what it looks like to cherish the love you found, and how to show appreciation for the man who offers it. 1. Acknowledge his effort. One of the most important things you can do when you're with a loving man is to see him clearly. Not just for what he does in big moments, but for the consistency of his presence, his efforts, and the heart he puts into showing up for you. A kind word, a soft thank you, or a simple, "I really appreciate what you did today," can mean the world to someone who gives quietly and consistently. Men, like anyone else, need emotional feedback. Not constant praise, not flattery, but genuine appreciation. If he's made you a priority, stayed by your side in hard times, or supported your dreams, tell him you notice. A man who loves deeply may not always say he needs recognition, but knowing he's seen and valued fuels him to keep giving from a full heart. Affection is a two-way street. When he gives from a place of love, give your acknowledgement in return. It strengthens your connection and keeps both hearts engaged. 2. Give as much as you receive. If you've been blessed with a partner who embodies these 8 traits, take a moment to reflect not just on how you feel, but on how you love him back. Real love isn't one-sided. It's built through reciprocity, both partners investing, giving, growing, and sometimes sacrificing for each other. It's not about keeping a tally, but about being emotionally available and intentional with your affection. If he shows up for you, show up for him too. If he supports your goals, ask about his dreams and stand behind them. If he listens when you're hurting, be that safe space for him too. You don't need to mimic his exact ways of showing love. You have your own unique expressions. But ensure that your actions are a reflection of your care, not just your words. Love grows best when both people feel seen, valued, and nurtured. 3. Be his safe place too. The modern world often puts pressure on men to appear strong, stoic, and unaffected. But even the most emotionally grounded men need softness. They need a place to be vulnerable, to lay down their armor, to be imperfect. When a man opens up emotionally, it's one of the most intimate things he can do. If he shares his insecurities, fears, or past wounds with you, don't take it lightly. That's trust. That's deep connection. If he's your safe space, the one who holds you through hard times, return that gift. Let him know it's okay to cry, to admit he's unsure, to be tired. Don't punish his honesty. Welcome it. Be a place where he can rest. Not just physically, but emotionally. Strong relationships are built on mutual emotional refuge. You protect each other. You don't just survive the world, you become each other's peace in it. 4. Nurture the relationship every day. Love, even when real, isn't self-sustaining. It needs time, attention, maintenance. Just like a plant needs water and sunlight to thrive. Your relationship needs small daily acts of connection to stay healthy. That could be a 5-minute check-in before bed, just asking, "How was your day, really?" Sharing meals, laughter, and little rituals that belong just to the two of you. Resolving conflict with honesty and gentleness, not silence or avoidance. Continuing to date each other, even years in, whether through intentional conversations or simple nights in that feel meaningful. If your partner is loving, loyal, and generous, don't fall into complacency. Show up. Feed the love you're building. Make room for joy, intimacy, and continued discovery. Keep choosing each other, every single day. 5. Never take love for granted. One of the easiest ways to lose something precious is to assume it will always be there. You'd be surprised how many good men go unappreciated. How many relationships unravel not because of betrayal, but because of neglect. Don't let familiarity breed indifference. Don't let time dilute gratitude. Instead, speak kindly. Say thank you. Offer affection. Celebrate small wins together. Check in, even when things seem fine. The love you've found is something many people spend their lives searching for. It's not perfect, but it's real. And when it's real, it deserves your respect, your presence, and your full heart. Final reflection. If he does these things, keep him close. Let's take one final look at what you've learned. If your partner does the following consistently: 1. Gives generously from the heart. 2. Embraces you with warmth and intention. 3. Responds quickly and thoughtfully to your messages. 4. Accepts your flaws with love and understanding. 5. Stands by you in difficult times, not just easy ones. 6. Performs small acts of kindness just because. 7. Makes you a clear priority, not a backup plan. 8. Feels a healthy bit of jealousy because he values you deeply. Then you have someone who isn't just saying he loves you. He's proving it. Every day. And that, right there, is the kind of love worth holding on to. It's not always flashy or dramatic, but it's steady, it's warm, and it's real. In a world that often celebrates temporary thrills over lasting connection, this kind of love is sacred. So if you've found a man who loves you like this, cherish him, love him back, grow together, and never forget how lucky you are to have something so rare and beautiful. Because in the end, real love isn't something you find. It's something you build, one act of devotion at a time.